Good morning. It's a Wednesday in August, towards the end. I've given up trying to remember what the date is. This is my channel, Midnight Fish. My name's Tristan, and this reading is called Problem Solution. It's 2 rows, 3 positions at the top, 3 positions at the bottom. Top row is your problem, bottom row is your solution, and the past, present, future of those. Obviously the future is subject to change, because people got free will and they can do whatever they want, really. So it's kind of hard trying to tell the future. But yeah, we'll start the reading off with a card from my mum's deck. You know, I never saw her doing any readings. That's strange. Oh, number 36. This is a bit of a tough card to pull. It's a cross. So there might be religious things going on. The cross weaves pain, historically sad. A distance not close means tidings are bad. But mischance dissolves when the cross is near. The burden absolves if you persevere. So, bearing some sort of cross that you have to persevere through. I'm just going to have a little read from the doodahs. I should probably write these out properly on a nice bit of thing. Yeah. Yeah, religion, destiny, karma, sort of not feeling that great about something, despair and guilt. Maybe you feel like there's no hope or questions haven't been answered about something. So, but the general vibe of the card is that if we keep going, you can eventually put the cross down, I guess, hopefully not get crucified. But it could be to do with religion. Cross is a very religious symbol. Trials and tribulations. All right, let's see what your problem's about today. So, let's see something difficult. Let's see what the Bloodlines Oracle has to say. The Cavern and the Erratic. Oh, I like the Erratic. I like it when people who name things have senses of humour. I know it's not particularly funny, but it works on many levels for me. I don't know why. 13. The Cavern. Introspection, things hidden, and temperance. Caverns are ancient underground waterways carved over thousands, if not millions of years. These paths into and through the earth are places of safety and retreat, not only to humans, but to animals seeking refuge, winter hibernation, and quiet time. The Cavern card reveals a need to seek solitude, to look within, to spend time with the internal self. What answers lie within, away from the influence of others? I do this very often. It's very good for you. Some people can't sit in silence and maybe just play something randomly in the background. For some people it's music, but that can sometimes be too emotionally charged, I think, because the way memory works with music and sound in the brain. So, like your favorite TV program that you've watched a million times, just have it playing randomly in the background. I like listening to tarot randomly because you never know what next video is, and you kind of just zone out of it after a while. It's like meditation, and I learn about the cards hopefully, but The Erratic, the unexpected interruption in position. A boulder deposited by glacial movement in an unexpected location is called an erratic. Imagine a large mass of rock at rest in an empty field, an unavoidable and worrying form in an otherwise calm environment. The Erratic card reveals that something unexpected has found its way into the familiar, and while it may be something that has always been there, it needs to be acknowledged. Maybe this is what's causing you this thing with the cross, this heavy sort of despair-y. Yeah, and this caused you to go inwards a bit, or it's saying that you should, to maybe think about whatever this thing is that's come in your environment. Something unfamiliar. Could be a feeling, a person, a thing, an event. Could be anything. But if it's made you go inwards to think about it. Most people don't pay much mind to their internal thoughts. I know some of us say, oh, there's only so many of us that have an active, ongoing voice in our heads and others don't. But I do think you have all sorts going on inside you. Feelings, memories, thoughts, urges. Pay mind to them. It's kind of hard to detach, but when you sit still with no influence from outside, you can see where your mind's wandering towards. King of Coins, hoarding, inheritance, unwillingness to share. King of Skates, lack of help, distraction, self-centeredness. Interesting. Yesterday's in the artistry, there was a lot about sharing. Right. The Virgin Mother. Motherhood, caring, compassion, divine, feminine. So that's the vibes today. And then Kings of the East. Stability, authority, gifts, male power. That's pretty cool. That's quite balanced, really. For family multitasking to this. Your environment, your family is very balanced at the moment. Which is pretty cool. So this might be about family. Right. Top row, first 3 cards. Sin of Pride, the World, and the Grail Knight. This is your problem, past, present, future. And then bottom row, solution, Sin of Greed, Sin of Gluttony, and Paradise. Wild. So in the past, the Sin of Pride, appearance, vanity, physical well-being. I mean, I've got a lady here standing in front of a dresser. A strange dog-like creature behind. Looks like he's a demon. She's wearing a lampshade. It's probably just a bonnet, but to me it looks like a lampshade. And her dress is caught in the back of her thing. Is she looking in the mirror? Yeah, sometimes we can get a bit too concerned with how we look. I think it's because we think that people assign value to us through our appearance. We talk about things like pretty privilege and all that kind of stuff, and good looking people have it easier in life. So we all try and look our best, and we don't want to think that people look at us and think, oh, she's ugly or she's fat. But it's always good to remember that when people have thoughts like that, they're doing themselves harm, so don't worry too much about it. It says the solution is Sin of Greed. This is in the past, the solution you use: money, business, career, desire for riches. So it looks like you got over whatever sin of pride you had going on, or being worried about your appearance, or even just, it says your physical well-being. So it might have been that you weren't feeling that great physically, but you just got over it with hard work, trying to develop your business skills and make money. I don't think it's too much about greed. It's like in a positive way, the greed for ambition and getting more. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? And then presently the world, perfection, completion, victory, and religion. So here we've got a connection to religion again. So some sort of problem about religion. Could be your religion, could be the religion of somebody. So you having arguments with people in your church or your temple or wherever it is you go. Wherever it is you go to celebrate and find union with people similar to you, some sort of issue. And it says that the solution is to have a meal with them. I love my current interpretation of the Sin of Gluttony. There's other cards that I've had this before. So similar to the other day. So just you can have the best conversations when you're all relaxed having a good meal. I mean, eating good food puts us in a good mood anyway, especially if we've been like hungry. We haven't had a good meal for a while. It relaxes people. All the blood goes from their brain to their stomachs, and they're less likely to want to fight and argue. More likely to want to find a quick solution so they can undo their top buttons and their pants and go fart on the sofa. So maybe just have a meal with whoever it is that you're having issues with. Whatever it is, this perfection, this completion, something very holy, it seems. Yeah, rest under there. All right. And the future says the Grail Knight is your problem. Blaze of glory, trickery, danger, failure, honour, and courage. I might read the Grail out in a bit because I quite like the description that they've got in the book. Yeah, it's the courageous knight going after the Grail. So maybe you want to go after the Grail, but saying it's a problem, so you don't get the Grail maybe, or something with your courage and your honor might be challenged. But saying the solution is peace, pleasure, communication. So it's so opposite. Here we've got a war zone, and here we've got people, just an angel and a couple just like chilling out in the garden. Paradise. Peace, pleasure, communication. So yeah, stop fighting. I don't know. All right. I'm going to go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the past. Sin of pride, appearance, vanity, physical well-being. So why was this a thing? Was this an illness or... Oh. 8 wands and 7 pentacles. Something that took a lot of communication. You've been working on, you're investing on something. Some heartache there. Because of heartache? Yeah. So we've got 9 of Pentacles, your independence. You're wanting to be this 9 of Pentacles, and have a new beginning. Okay, so that's why you got a bit tied up in your appearance. I can understand this, you know. We all want to transform after big things happen in our lives, where big things change. You want to transform internally, but you also want that transformation to reflect externally. Just don't get too much into your looks, I guess. It can become an obsession, and many people in our cultures are obsessed with their appearances. Remember, what matters most is what's inside. Yeah, I know that's a pithy cliche, but it really does. Because that's the person you got to live with for the rest of your life, is yourself. The truth is, we're all going to be 90 one day and very wrinkled. Even if we're billionaires and we can replace our blood with the blood of the youngers, or whatever the strangest people in the world do these days, just to maintain a youthful exterior. I'm looking forward to having lots of wrinkles. I already got quite a few. Yeah, it's a new beginning and you want it to look good for it. But yeah, some heartache then. Don't worry about it. It says you overcame this though anyway, with the Sin of Greed, money, business, career, desire for riches. So you focus then on your career instead. Like, there's only so much you can look in the mirror. Good people won't judge you by your appearances anyway. 5 wands has jumped out. It took a lot of it was a lot of competition to get this whatever it is, this hard work you're doing for whatever it is. You like having it your own way. So is this in your career? It must have been. Let's see what comes out. Let's see what comes out. Oh, yes, 8 Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. A project that you've been working a very long time. Something you want to either give to something or offer up for sale, or, you know. So you've got 8 Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. Definitely money, work orientated. Wanting your 9 Cups and the King of Swords. Okay. This fulfillment. 9 Cups. 9 Cups, 9 Pentacles. Very independent. Yeah. It's made you feel good, I think. You followed your heart, perhaps, in your career instead. But obviously using very good logic. That's how you did it. Very, I'm getting the impression of somebody who's a very, what's the word? Bloody hell. Should know the word. You guys can't help me guess because you're not here. I'm all alone in my little room. Astute businessman, like very, you spot shit. Yeah, that's not what you're just really good businessman. Or women. But maybe you sort of have the appearance of 9 of Cups. So it kind of takes the edge off. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you wanted this 9 Cups for yourself. It was very difficult to get 10, but yeah, very difficult. You had to walk away from some shit. All right. So current, the problem is this religion, perfection, completion, victory, religion, the world. Which is the world? Jesus sat on this. Yeah, and the world's on his feet. If you look closely at this picture properly, Jesus is Baphomet. He sits, he's like this statue in this deck. That's a Bosch painting. Yeah, it's exactly the same, just maybe without the wings and the horns. And he's dressed in a pink robe. Something to do with religion. If you're clever, you see that all religions are the same. Emperor, needing things your own way, and there's some sort of wheel of fortune. Need some patience in this situation. This is either you or a person in your life that wants it their way. They want it done their way. Something about a wheel of fortune. Events and time keeps ticking on, doesn't it? Yeah. There's a lot of communication about this. So you're obviously talking a lot about it. And you're not taking any suggestions. Perhaps this is what's causing the problem. You need to sit around and all have a good chat around a meal. Find a solution. I have no idea what it could be. Maybe you getting married to someone and you can't decide what church to do it in, or maybe you're having a crisis of faith. Don't know. Maybe you're building a church and you're just getting terrible offers from contractors who want to charge you too much. I don't know. Something to do with religion. And there's loads of communication, but no one's got what you want yet. So it says to go and sit around a meal and have a chat. So discuss this over a meal. With kids around, perhaps, to keep it very calm. People tend to behave more around children. Less shouting. Yeah, sharing. 6 of Pentacles. Because there's the angel again. There's all this. You want this. There's very, look, the world. Okay. Yeah. Completion. Without this solution, there's no completion, because there needs to be some sort of spiritual give and take here. 10 Pentacles to get to 10 Pentacles, but you need to share with each other. And have a real good powwow. We got 5 swords and then 4 swords. You need to bash it out. Basically, you've got 5 swords here. That's a lot of tongue lashings and talking and logic, and you know, not getting too much of that sense of one of you is victorious and the other isn't, because you've got 2 people with their back turned. You know, it might be that this has caused that to happen, that you've had this kind of this argument and you've all kind of like stopped chatting to each other, because here we got this pushing away energy on the 4 cups. So there's fuckloads of communication coming in, but this person's like, no, don't see it, don't see the cup in the cloud there. And then 4 swords is very much introspective. So you might have all had this argument and then stopped chatting to each other, but it's saying you need to share and have a meal with each other and actually talk about things in an adult way. Yeah. Get the sharing in the back of this picture as well. There's a stained glass image here, and it's similar. There's somebody on their knees getting something from this person. Maybe they're being baptized or giving communion. There's lots of different ways that churches have little rituals. Okay. Oh, hello. The sun. There's happiness there, so it's obviously can come to illumination. Maybe just like everything out on the table, or you know. Alright, so the future problem is a Grail Knight. Place of glory, trickery, danger, failure, honor, and courage. I said I was going to read it out. Oh no. Not the freaking... Yeah, there we go. The Grail Knight, wearing full armor, is being attacked by 7 demonic creatures that bite his stomach and neck. One hand holds a golden chalice, the Holy Grail, and his other hand grasps a white banner. Behind the knight, a vicious creature is stabbing his naked squire. Poor squire. In the scene of defeat and failure, there is much to decode. As they marched on the holy quest, the Grail Knight and his squire were betrayed and ambushed, duped into thinking their mission was complete. The demons of hell set upon the Grail Knight, led by a soldier demon whose mothwing eyes see all. Hold on. Mothwing eyes, yeah. In contrast, the squire's helmet is on backwards, and the Grail Knight averts his gaze from the horrors. The pure white banner shows a frog, a medieval symbol of lust, indicating that the Grail Knight perhaps deviated from his holy quest. The Grail Knight symbolizes courage and heroism, but also the potential for trickery, betrayal, and defeat. Yeah, so something on a knife edge, perhaps. It's also a moony card. So it looks like there's going to be a skirmish where maybe, I don't know, a decision you have to make. 2 swords is there. Let's see. Ambush. Ambush. A trickery. There's danger ahead in the future. Maybe be careful. Somebody's watching you in the future. Page of Swords. They watch without knowing. Or somebody's bringing you a message. It might be a lie. The frog on the white banner. The frog spirit. Lust. Let's see what this is about then. Page of Pentacles. Wow, that's 3 pages in a row. And an Ace of Cups. A message about love? A love offer perhaps? Or don't be duped by pages. So some sort of offer that happens really quickly. It's a very quick offer. Or this mission you're going on. Whew, there's judgment involved. Looks quite hairy, whatever it is. Yeah, maybe you divine it. Yeah, your 10 of Cups is at stake. Your Ace of Cups and your 10 of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Be careful. That's all I'd say. I always feel like with important things, if I ever get the sense that somebody's rushing me, I don't like it. I like to go at my own pace and my own thinking. If somebody's trying to make you do something quickly, then they're trying to get something by you. So always remember that. But seeing the solution is paradise, peace, pleasure, and communication. So maybe it's to just ignore or go somewhere else. Peace, pleasure, communication. Communicate peacefully, whatever it is, this offer. This future business is, I always think the future is difficult because past you can resonate with because it's already happened. Present you can resonate with because it's maybe happening currently. But future, I can't really always see where it bounces off. A Knight of Wands, a King of Wands, the Sun, Fire, communication, fiery communication. Maybe seek out people who have these qualities. A King of Wands, a Knight of Wands, people who are energetic, full of ideas, that bring light to situations. Seek their help, perhaps. Do it slowly and carefully. Here we got the Knight of Pentacles with the offer. We have the page there. It's almost like somebody's offering you something in the future, something really quick, and it feels almost life and death. There's judgment here. But it's a false offer. Or there's something there that you're not seeing because the Grail Knight's the moon. So there's some elements that are hidden. There's some trickery involved. But it's saying to seek out the counsel of some fiery people that you know who get things done. Who are creative, charismatic, sexy, out and about, move quickly, they do things. He's in Egypt and then he'll be somewhere else, you know. Take the offer that you're getting to them and have them have a look at it, but remain peaceful. Keep your peace and your pleasure and your calm. Yeah, and go back to work, I guess. I've got 8 Pentacles here. It's come out again. You know, consider where you're putting your hard work in. Is it that pentacle, that pentacle? Which pentacles are you putting your work into? Are they going to give you the rewards and returns that you want? Are they good offers? Do they stand up to scrutiny? Yeah. Find people that you have this feeling of here, this paradise where you can communicate in a peaceful way and there's pleasure involved because you all love each other's company, maybe good friends or, you know, lovers, whatever. We can discuss this offer because you're working very hard at the moment. You don't want things to distract you. Or suck your energy or turn into some sort of Grail Knight tragedy where there's trickery. Right, I'm going to have a look at this Virgin Mother. See what she's got to say. This is about, like, it's like Empress energy, but it's a more divine aspect. So there's no, like, the Empress gets pregnant, but in the Virgin Mother there would have been no sex because she's the Virgin Mother. So, yeah. Motherhood, caring, compassion, divine feminine. Nurturing, you just, yeah. Compassionate. Oh, yeah. Okay, you're in your 4 Wands. Page of Wands. You've walked away from something sad to a new beginning. And there's the 4 Wands here. That's where she'd be. Some sort of celebration, coming together, reunions. A Knight of Swords and a 3 of Cups. Some sort of event or maybe you're orchestrating all of this. So like you're the Virgin Mother, but you're, you know, liaising with people and celebrating together with them, sending out your knights to do things, being clear with your communication, fast moving action. Horse looks petrified. Like, when is the day gonna end? But it's all for some 4 of Wands energy, which is very cool. So this might be what you're having problems about, the religious things about. Yeah. Yeah. Don't let it cause you grief. Right. I'm gonna do it. What should the viewer do? Sorry. It's like singing. I promised I would never sing, at least not for longer than 10 seconds. Is it really singing if it's just random words that come out your mouth? It's sing tune. See, what should you do? I mean, it's giving you good advice for whatever issues you've got on with this religious thing. Might tell us a bit more about this shady offer in the future, or, you know, about the celebration you're trying to organise. Virgin Mother's got a lot of responsibilities. If you've got to be everybody's mother, literally. Knight of Birds, adventure, excitement and movement. He was in the round earlier. And there's the Kings of East as well. You've got some real nice stable male energies around you at the moment. Page of Vessels, religious or spiritual figure, charity, kindness. So maybe you need to seek the help of a religious or spiritual figure. They might be able to come to this dinner with you and actually give you some good advice. Yeah, there's a lot about being nice, poverty, charity, helping others. Some sort of adventure, obviously, because that's like, there has been this charity movement there, Knight of Swords. Things are happening quickly. Sin of Sloth, laziness, King of Coins, and the Sin of Lust. This deck's got a sense of humour sometimes. Sin of Sloth, this is the lady sitting by the fire with her little doggy. She looks like she's been working hard all day. She's got a little book there. Candle's almost burnt out. laziness, sleep, tiredness, rest, relaxation, home life. So focus on your home life and making sure you're getting enough sleep and looking after yourself. I know it's difficult, especially when you've got a lot of mental things going on. It's very difficult to shut your brain off. It'd be nice if there was just an on and off switch. But I think everyone's on and off switch is completely out of whack because of modern society. It's hard finding the right balance in yourself, but saying it's okay to take a little rest, I think. It's not saying this in a bad way. I don't think you've been sat around doing nothing, because there's obviously quite a lot going on. So maybe sit with your dog or your cat or your lizard or whatever you've got for a few minutes by the fire, and seek some introspection time, which is what we had here in the cabin. I'm almost getting the sense of a nest in a bed. And then King of Coins, hoarding, inheritance, unwillingness to share. So I don't know if this is because you've got quite a lot of money at the moment, or that you need money from someone else and they're not giving it to you because whatever. King of Pentacles, so he's the stable guy. You know, obviously your finances are in a good place. What a nice lovely big bed he's got. Where's the woman? He's got no woman, he's just got some goblin creature bringing him money. I mean, you want to share it really, right? Hoarding, yeah. Accumulating money. Unwillingness to share. I've never had that off the King of Pentacles. I'm trying to understand what they're trying to say here. King of Coins. Sorry, I'm just going to go back to this book. A frail old man sits in his bed while a grey monster hands him a bag of money from behind a red curtain. Although the old man has reached an age where no amount of money will save him, he still reaches for another bag of gold. While his heirs will enjoy this gold, notice that none are present to care for him in his final moments. As a King of Coins, the miser is not an enviable figure because he clings to his money and values it more than his own life. The single-minded quest for money can be a blessing and a curse. A person can grow immensely wealthy, but hoarding wealth engenders enemies and bitterness and will leave the miser to die alone. Acquiring large sums of money and using wealth as motivation for success is not entirely negative, but it should be tempered with the balance engendered in the Prince of Coins, lest it comes to rule your life. This card closely connected with traditional Four of Pentacles. So strange, isn't it? The meanings. Yeah, so cultivate more charity. Maybe for whatever reason you're feeling a bit like you don't want to give out. It's asking you to just do that. You need to give out sometimes. You know. I think if you've got lots of money, it's good to give it away. Yeah. I mean, I always wonder how public spaces are being more and more chipped away, where we had forests and places for people to go and enjoy the outdoors, and like national parks and stuff even though we've had this massive increase in billionaires since the pandemic, I haven't noticed any new like massive like operations where they're building new national parks for people and planting trees and trying to improve shit. So I don't know, like, everyone's different. I mean, I don't have tons of money. I do give a little bit sometimes. I'm not perfect, but I think if I was earning a lot more, I'd probably give out a bit. Yeah, you make someone's day, innit? Yeah, find somebody who really deserves it, who has potential perhaps and needs a bit of help. Either that, or you need money and this person in your life doesn't want to help you. So, but you can't make them listen to my tarot reading, and I don't know if my tarot reading would convince them otherwise. Anyway, people do with their money what they will. So I don't know how to fix that, but there's some issue here of being careful not to get too embroiled in this money, which is closely related to the sin of greed. This desire for riches, which helped you in the past, but just find some balance. And then we've got the sin of lust. So a lot of sins have come out. I don't look at them as sins in this reading though. It's just because, I mean, it's hardly lustful in this card. He's touching her chin. Sex, passion, extravagance, and excess. Go have some fun. I think it's telling you to go have some fun. Do things that make you feel passionate. Lucky black cat. Okay. I was going to say I'm going to take a card from here, but that one's come out. So it's saying here, we've got the lucky cat. Energetic blocks are clearing. Nobody owes you anything. I mean, if you lend money to people, they might owe you that money, but the thing is, if you give something away, there's no guarantee anyone's ever going to give it back to you. I'm sure we've all experienced that when we've lent a book out. I've lent many out and not got them back, but we do that to people as well. I've got a few books that I've not returned. So nobody owes you anything. It's kind of, don't get stuck in the energy of waiting for people to give back, because sometimes they don't and they won't. And the more time you spend thinking about them, the more they're taking from you, essentially, which is your time and your mental energy. There's that saying, where your attention goes, your energy flows, but it's just ridiculously on point, really. It's just like, that's where you're sending that energy. Beware of time wasters. Here, this offer in the future, they're going to waste your fucking time, man. Yeah. You'll know it's who it is, because, where was it? They'll try and do it very quickly. This chariot energy and judgment, they'll make it seem like life and death. But people should never want to rush you to any sort of agreement. Yeah. And what you allow is what will continue. So stop letting it happen. And that can apply to all areas in your life. What you allow is what will continue. And this applies to people as well, you know. As much as any of us can look in the past and say, oh, those people treated me terribly, or like blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, you let them. And the same thing applies to me. I let them. Like, so don't allow it. And you can allow it by letting them over there. If people cross your boundaries, just make your boundaries clear and then go. I mean, you can give people chances, but don't keep giving people chances. At some point there has to be a cutoff point, right? Yeah. Anyway, lucky cat. That's my reading. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. If you have, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening, and whatever you're doing this fine Wednesday afternoon in August. It's raining outside for about 10 seconds. It'll be slightly damp when I go out. I hope you're having a good time. Bye.